Now, founder Jaco van Schalkwyk joins us in the studio to tell us more about this initiative. Jaco, how did you sit down and say, I need to start this initiative?
I think for me this starts with just being involved in the NGO world or the community development sector for the last 15 years, and in that space just seeing the massive impact of absent fathers or the lack of families on children's lives. And if you take that a bit closer, it's just the impact of a father not being there, and especially that impact on a boy. And we just realized that that is something that is impact our society on such amazing levels, on such devastating levels, that something has to be done about this. So God willing, we had the ability to start the organization called the Character Company about 3.5 years ago, with a specific aim to kind of just focus on that gap where no one else right now is really working in.
So you actually help these boys through holidays, camps, and kindness. What do you mean? What do you show them that makes an impact on their lives in that regard?
I think one of the great challenges we're finding is that we have boys growing up with absent fathers, and we have single moms having to step into that space. And one of the challenges is that a single mom, doesn't matter how much she's doing and how much effort she's putting in and how good a dad she is, she's still a mom. And there's stuff that she just doesn't understand. There's a boy growing up that needs a dad in his life that can understand. That's how it's built in our DNA. We're adventurous, we're explorers, and so mom doesn't always get that, and that causes a lot of frustration and it causes a lot of pressure on the whole environment in that family situation. So our aim is to come in there. We put on 5 very specific values for these boys. To us, those are biblical values: honesty, kindness, respect, courage, and self-discipline. At the end of the day, we want to raise boys to be good men, because that's what we need. Our society is desperately in need of some good male role models. Men that can stand up and say, this behavior is unacceptable. Doesn't matter what everyone's going to say if I say no to this, but I have to do this. And so we're trying to just be there for these boys and teach them that. And also, I think in a way, trying to break the typical mold or the stereotype of what is a man. So, we're not known to be necessarily kind. And so we want to teach these boys, what is kindness? What is the value in that? And how I'm going to be a good man by trying to be like that.
So how do you identify these boys?
The boys are typically coming from single-parent homes, so it's important for us that there's some form of support structure there. We're not coming in and saying, Mom, you are doing a horrible job here, let's see if we can fix this. We are saying, you are doing an amazing job, but there's stuff that you're just not going to understand, that you're going to struggle with, and we are coming as a support system. And that's where it starts. And 3.5 years ago, we started with 3 little boys in a program. Right now, we have got a waiting list of young boys that wants to get onto the program. And this is through word of mouth. It's through the way that people hear about the work that we do. Schools talk, the moms talk. I've got some boys that are walking around asking me for a business card and saying, I've got this friend in school that's really, really naughty in class, and I think he needs to join the program. And that's how it's growing at the moment.
Yeah, and you also call and ask for male mentors to come forward.
Yeah.
And do you vet them? How does that process work?
There's a big trust relationship here. I mean, we meet with moms and they don't know us, and they hand their precious little children over to us. And of course, when they're teenagers, I think it's easier to hand them over as opposed to when they're smaller. But they trust us with this. So it's important for us to have mentors involved in this process that are good men that can understand the value system and build into that. So we screen and we vet and we do all of that. That's an important part of what we do to introduce them into the lives of these young men. But it's probably a bigger challenge right now than the just thousands of boys out there that are in need of positive male role models, is the fact that we don't have enough men to do this. We work with a small group of boys because the relationship aspect in mentoring is the most important part of this. So we work with 5 boys in a group, and the reason for that is just that we want to create a positive peer pressure environment. We want to have a new group of friends that share the same value system, but we can't do more than 5 because we need to get to understand and know the behaviors and get to know the personalities. And this is long-term mentorship. So even though we take in boys between the ages of 5 and 10, once they're in the program, an absent father is not something that you can have a 6-month course and then it's done. There's milestones in this boy's life that he's going to need a dad. He's going to need a male figure or a mentor there to support him. And so we're offering that as they grow older. And that's why we need men.
So tell me very quickly, how can South Africans help grow this initiative?
I think it's to talk about it for starters. We need to create awareness for the impact of absent fathers on our families and societies. And that's not just because that's not just a dad that I don't know or my dad passed away. That's also a dad that comes home 8 o'clock at night every night and then on the phone and on the computer not spending time with children. We have to create awareness for that. And then people need to start talking about it. And then people need to get hold of us and get in contact so that we can help to build capacity so we can reach, so I can chip away on that waiting list. Yeah. And that and that's not just men that are available to spend maybe or to commit to one afternoon a week and to come out on a Saturday and help with the activity or bring an activity to the process or come to camps. It is people that can just be there and saying, I want to be part of this, I want to invest in this, and how can I do it? And that's what we need.
All right, thank you very much. Great initiative. I really do hope
Thank you very much for the opportunity.
Appreciate it. That was Jaco van Skalkbeek, founder of the Character Company.